This was still the most memorable trip I've ever taken and the best 2.5 weeks of my 18 years on this planet. So I implore you, the next time you're thinking about going on vacation out of the country, choose Japan. It'll be an experience you won't ever forget and you'll want to go back as soon as you can. That is why I'm going to be heading back to Japan this year. This Tuesday I'm going to be embarking on an epic 2-week journey across Japan, so I'm going to give you a breakdown of my trip. I am going to be flying into Narita Airport just outside Tokyo, but that is not my final destination. After getting off of my ANA flight, I'm going to have 3 hours to get over to the domestic terminal, and then I'm going to be catching a flight on Peach Airlines all the way down to the southern island of Kyushu, and I'm going to be heading to Fukuoka. That night I'm going to be checking into the Solaria Nishitetsu Hotel in the center of the city, which is known for being one of the best hotels in Fukuoka. The rooms look quite nice and modern, and the breakfast looks even better. I'm going to be spending 6 nights in Fukuoka, however I have so many things planned. One of the experiences I'm looking forward to most is trying out yatai, which are late night street food stalls that are just lined up across the street, and they're basically these little carts that people push around, and they're transformed into these little dining areas at nighttime where you can feast on incredible foods. These yatai stalls sell a variety of food ranging from ramen to gyoza to yakitori skewers, which are basically just grilled chicken skewers, so I'm sure I'm gonna find something delicious there. I also have a reservation at a restaurant that specializes in monsunabe, which is a Fukuoka specialty. Monsunabe is beef intestine hot pot, so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that sounds a little unusual, how good is that really gonna be? Well, I've done my research and apparently it is an experience like no other, so I'm really looking forward to it because I love myself a good hot pot. Finally, another meal I'm really looking forward to in Fukuoka is trying out fire chicken. This restaurant takes special Kagoshima chicken and Japanese charcoal, and they literally light the chicken on fire over high quality Japanese charcoal, so I think this is going to be one heck of a meal. As far as attractions go, I want to check out Fukuoka Tower for great views of the city because I can't get enough of going to the top of tall buildings. I also want to check out Ohori Park, which is known for being one of the largest parks in Fukuoka, and they have a lot of interesting things there, like even a Japanese garden. One of the days that I'm in Fukuoka, I'm going to be taking a day trip to Yanagawa, which is around an hour away by train. Yanagawa is famous for its boat rides around its canals. However, the thing I'm most excited about is trying out a 343-year-old restaurant for dinner. Yes, you heard that right. I found a 343-year-old restaurant that specializes in unagi, which is grilled eel, so I'm really looking forward to my dinner there. After spending several days in Fukuoka, I'm going to be taking the bullet train down to Kagoshima, which is at the southern end of Kyushu. Once I arrive in Kagoshima, I'm going to be checking into Shiroyama Hotel, which is known for being the highest rated hotel in all of Kagoshima. This is going to be my largest hotel room of the trip, so I have a feeling it's going to be quite nice and spacious. However, my most anticipated part is the breakfast, since the Shiroyama Hotel is known for having the best hotel breakfast in all of Kyushu. They also show on their website that they've won the contest for having the best hotel breakfast 4 years in a row, so I think that's pretty cool. And they also boast that they have 80 different options at their breakfast buffet, so I think that's just going to be massive. All of this sounds great, but the main reason I went to Kagoshima is for their kurobuta pork, which is known for being the best pork in all of Japan. What makes this kurobuta pork so special is these pigs are raised on a healthy, clean diet, and they're also given free range, and this really leads to their meat being highly marbled and juicy and tender, and supposedly it is some of the most flavorful pork in the whole entire world. That is why kurobuta pork is basically known as the pork version of Wagyu, so I'm really looking forward to this because that just sounds incredible, and to me, you really gotta go to the source, so that is why I'm heading to Kagoshima where kurobuta is incredibly famous. For my first dinner in Kagoshima, I'm going to be checking out a restaurant simply called Kurobuta. They specialize in tonkatsu, which is pork coated in Japanese breadcrumbs and then deep fried till it is golden and crispy, so I think that is going to be an incredibly indulgent way to enjoy Kurobuta pork. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be spending one full day in Kagoshima, so the second night, which is going to be my last night, I'm going to end off with an epic dinner of shabu shabu. I think shabu shabu is going to be the best way to enjoy this special and revered Kurobuta pork, since it's basically just thinly slices of that special pork, and then you basically cook it in a hot pot with a whole bunch of other vegetables and even noodles. So I think this is going to be a really great way to taste the pure flavor and really enjoy the pork. The next day I have a crazy journey, as I have to get all the way from Kagoshima back to Tokyo. For the first leg of the journey, I'm going to be taking a bullet train all the way from Kagoshima back to Fukuoka, since I have to head back to Fukuoka Airport. From Fukuoka Airport, I'm going to hop on a Japan Airlines flight, and then I'm going to fly all the way back to Haneda Airport, which is just outside Tokyo. In fact, it's even closer than Narita Airport, since it's only around half an hour away outside of the city. I'm actually really excited to explore Haneda Airport, since it is known as Japan's best airport. At Haneda Airport, I really want to explore their famous airport garden, which is a gigantic shopping mall full of great food and all sorts of other awesome things, so I think that's going to be a really cool experience. That night, I'm going to be checking into the second to last hotel of my trip, which is the Strings Hotel. This looks like it's also going to be another great hotel, since the rooms have breathtaking views of the city of Tokyo. This is going to be my third time visiting Tokyo, so you might be wondering, is there even anything left for me to see in Tokyo? And the answer is, there's so much to see, I'm not going to even scratch the surface. One of the places I'm going to be going to is I'm going to be heading back to Asakusa, which was one of my favorite neighborhoods last year I visited Tokyo. There's so many delicious foods I missed out on, so I definitely want to try that out. I also hope to spend a day exploring Shinjuku, since it is an area that I really have neglected on my past trips to Tokyo, and I really haven't seen a lot there. One of the days that I'm in Tokyo, I'm actually going to be leaving, and I'm going to be taking another day trip down to Yokohama, which is about 45 minutes away by train. I'm going to be meeting up with the same friend that I saw last year, since she actually lives in Yokohama, and she agreed to give me a tour of Yokohama's Chinatown, which is the largest Chinatown in all of Japan, so I think that's going to be a really memorable experience. When I'm in Tokyo, I'm actually going to be staying at two hotels. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be checking into the Strings Hotel for the first half of my time in Tokyo, but for the second 3 nights in Tokyo, I'm going to be going to the Conrad, which is known for being one of the top hotels in all of Tokyo. I found a ridiculous deal on American Express Travel a couple months back, so I was able to snag a free night at both the Strings and at the Conrad, which let me have this incredible experience. So I'm really looking forward to checking out the Conrad, which is an incredible 5-star hotel, so it just looks ridiculously luxurious, and I think it is going to be an incredible experience that I'm going to remember for many years to come. These 2 weeks in Japan are going to finally build up to the last night I have in Tokyo, and I have planned a really special surprise that is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so you're going to have to stay tuned the entire Japan trip to find out what this surprise is going to be. Now that we've made it to the end, I know what you're all thinking. This sounds like one insane trip, but compared to what I did last year when I visited 10 cities in Japan in only 18 days, I think I can pull off this trip as well, and I'm really so excited, I literally want to jump for joy. In the next couple of weeks, there should be some videos coming since I pre-recorded them already. In a few weeks from now, I may miss an upload since I'm still in Japan. However, I promise to make up for it with some amazing travel vlogs of my trip, since I'm planning to record every single day of my vacation in Japan. Thankfully, I should have the first video of my Japan trip out by the very end of June. I'm really looking forward to taking you all along with me on my dream vacation, so I really hope you all are excited for this special series. Anyways, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.